How to create a good Pinterest pin. So taking your pin from where it gets discovered by somebody on Pinterest to them wanting to either save it or click on your link to discover your blog post, your landing page, your product, your YouTube video, wherever you're sending your traffic. We want that action. And for that to happen, there are specific components that are needed on a pin. And today we're going to go over that. In case you're new around here, hi, welcome. My name is Debbie, and since 2017, I've been helping brands and creators grow their traffic, email list, and revenue with the help of Pinterest and evergreen marketing. So if that's something you're trying to do this year, subscribe and don't forget to share this video with anyone who may find it useful. All right, so what does an optimized pin include? So first of all, I'm going to make different videos for different types of pins. Today we're talking about simple graphic pins only. An optimized Pinterest pin includes text on the Pinterest pin graphic that triggers interest when seen by your ideal buyer or reader. If possible, it also has a relevant keyword on the graphic. It doesn't always have to have a keyword there, especially if our account is optimized and the rest of our pin is optimized. Ideally, we want to give enough context on the graphic as well, right? We want to paint a picture of what's the outcome that somebody can expect from working with us or reading our blog or watching our video. We also want to include a relevant keyword in the pin title, 1 to 3 relevant keywords in your Pinterest pin description. When I say 1 to 3, that's if it flows and it doesn't make your description look, spammy. If it looks irrelevant and it doesn't read right, then 1 or 2 is enough. We also want a specific call to action in our description. And our description should give accurate and enough context. So if we're sending someone to a blog post, or if that's what we're saying in our description, we shouldn't be sending them to an e-commerce sales page, right? If we're sending someone to a lead magnets page, we shouldn't be sending them directly to a sales page. So we want to be truthful and give enough context. We also want to make sure that we disclose if there's any AI elements to our pin. So on Pinterest, it's not optional. You must disclose if you have used AI to generate all or part of your pin. Part of the reason is Pinterest gives users the ability to turn off generative AI from their feed. So it's very important that you disclose it. Then you want to include the link, of course, where you're sending your traffic. That's really important. And you want to add alt text. So alt text is not a place to stuff keywords. It is for accessibility purposes. It's really important to remember that, because when I audit Pinterest accounts, when I look at, content plans, I see a lot of alt text where people are planning to enter alt text that's just basically a whole bunch of keywords. Alt text is used for screen readers, basically. So it's for accessibility purposes. Of course, there are times that you will use alt text. You're going to end up with some keywords in there because maybe you have a keyword on your graphic. So when you're describing what's on your graphic, naturally you're going to describe the title and that has a keyword in there, but by no means should you be stuffing keywords in there after your alt text description. It should only describe what is the image, what are the elements you see on the images, what's the text you see. It's used for screen readers. Okay, so let's look at this pin together. So quickly, we have the Pinterest pin graphic, a title, a description, we have alt text, and your link. You can choose to publish immediately or later. More importantly here, I did not toggle on mark as AI modified because it's not AI modified. So what makes this image optimized? On the graphic, I have finally get more traffic without posting videos on social media every day. I'm doing 2 things here. So my long tail keyword for this Pinterest pin is how to get more traffic to your website. So I'm still making it relevant by adding get more traffic, but I'm touching on a pain point. A lot of people don't want to post on social media every day. So I'm talking about a possible outcome, getting traffic without posting on social media every single day. and I'm sending this traffic to a YouTube video. So my call to action on the image says watch the video. And then again, alt text basically describes what the image is, not a bunch of keywords. In this context, my keyword kind of ends up in there because I'm describing the text that's on the image as well. And oh, by the way, as well, when you use, let's say you use stock photography or stock images that you generate in Canva or any other AI tool, even if it's used in the background and you did not use AI to create any of your graphics, so like the placement, the elements, anything like that, you would still have to toggle this on to disclose that you used AI to create part of your creative. Now, let's look at the call to action. So, my call to action says save this pin and learn these tips to increase your traffic by watching this video. So, yes, I'm telling people to do more than one thing, but it's not aggressive. It's just a gentle reminder to save the pin. And I'm telling them to watch the video to learn how to increase their traffic. So, I'm not just saying watch the video to learn more. Naturally speaking, it does happen, and I see this often, and it's not a huge deal breaker. It's something that you get better over time, and I still sometimes find myself doing it. I have used very general call to actions where I'll say, read this blog later. And I think that comes from sometimes, you're just busy, you're making sure that you have an optimized graphic, you got your keyword in your title, you're writing, you're giving enough context in your description. So sometimes by the end you're just like, okay, watch this video or read the blog. But the better we get at being specific in our call to action, the better we get at getting more engagement. So even if somebody doesn't have time to watch our video now or read our blog post now, they know that they're more likely to save the pin because they know that this is exactly what they need to learn to get more traffic without posting on social media every day. If you're like, this is great and all, and I'm seeing impressions and I want to get more traffic, but I just want to have a second set of eyes on my account to make sure that I'm doing things right, or to get insights, tips, and unique strategies for my brand and my niche. This is exactly what my Pinterest profile audit is for. Not only do I audit your profile, so looking at your profile, your about section, all your boards, the type of content you create, but I also dive in and identify gaps in your niche and the type of content you could be creating on Pinterest based on your offers, your blog, your products and services. If you want more information about that, you can find it in the description of this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this quick tutorial, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.